Hey guys, UWG Nick here, and welcome back to another one of my Sunday snippets. I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about this weekend, and something came up actually that made me think a little bit, and we can discuss it a little bit. One of, how do I put this? A guy that I kind of have been following the career of. He started out on YouTube pretty much the same time as me, maybe a month or so before, and he had a pretty big increase in followers over the coming year. So he's been going for about a year. I've been going a little bit less than a year now, and he put out a video recently where he said that he doesn't know how much more he can do this or how long he can keep it up, since his channel hasn't been growing at all in the last 4 or 5 months, something like that. Now, this dude, at the point of him releasing this video, had like 4,200 subscribers, which is a massive amount in my eyes. I mean, I have 49. I'm proud of every one of them. Happy that you're here. But he had like 4,200, and he was a little bit disappointed with his growth lately, and that made me kind of start thinking about my own position on YouTube and why I do it and what do I expect to gain from it, and my experience so far. Like, do I have any tips or ideas or things to think about if you're considering starting your own YouTube channel? Now, keep in mind that this is coming from a dude who's been on the website for about a year, has seen minimal success, and I can't really give you tips on how to make it big because I don't fucking know, and I'm still on. I appreciate all my subs, but you're 49, okay? It's not a big number, so I'm not gonna be able to spout wisdom about do this and this and boom, you'll be a millionaire. But it got me thinking about what is my view on what I would have done differently. Now, first off, I'm gonna say that I don't think anybody who starts YouTube with the sole purpose of making money out of it is gonna be successful. I think the audience is intelligent enough to see through that kind of crap, and it will not come across as genuine. Anybody who wants to make money out of it is probably gonna, like, I'm going here from somebody who starts from nothing. They're gonna be jumping on bandwagons, they're gonna be following the trends and so on. They're not gonna get a consistent audience. They're not gonna get an audience that knows what they're getting when they're subscribed to the channel. It's always gonna be like, what is going on? Side note here, that was not the case with the person that I was discussing earlier. He was very genuine. He is genuine, and I just think he got a little bit disappointed with his growth slowing down. Let me start off by saying that I don't judge anybody for getting disappointed over the fact that their channel is not growing at the pace that they would like. And if we use the previous YouTuber that I mentioned, he was also a streamer, or he was mainly a streamer, I'd say, on YouTube, and didn't do much in the way of VODs other than upload his streams. What I would say, like, it's understandable that if you within the first 6 months gain almost 4,500 subscribers, and then suddenly it stops, it's I can understand how you get disappointed. But I think at that point you need to step back and look at, why did I start this channel to begin with? Am I just looking for success, or am I doing something I actually enjoy? In my case, I do this because I like it. I remember when I started watching Let's Plays, I think one of the first ones I ever watched was Chugga Conroy, and I think he was playing Pikmin. But I remember when I found his Xenogears, I think it was Xenogears, or Xenoblade, maybe it's Xenoblade. His Xenoblade playthrough, I watched that, like, just chained through it. And then after that, I also started watching Markiplier and his Five Nights at Freddy. I found Jesse Cox, I watched him a lot. And all these, like, kind of names that I had kind of, like, heard something of before, but never really gotten into it. But then, for some reason, at the time in my life, I had a lot of free time. And I watched Let's Play. I enjoyed video games, but I don't remember. I think I watched mostly like console games and like weird games that I didn't play myself because I didn't want to spend money on that game. It didn't look like my kind of game, but it was entertaining to watch other people play it, especially if the person was entertaining. So for me, this is the kind of video I want to make, which is clear to anybody who watches my videos. I do classic Let's Plays or gameplays, playthroughs. There's nothing really special about it. I don't do anything different. My goal is to be entertaining myself. I want the show to be, I want people to watch my channel to watch A, for the game, and B, for me playing it. You know, it's a personality driven kind of entertainment. And I'm not saying I'm very good at it. I don't think I am very good at it. I think I'm getting better. I'm getting more comfortable in front of the camera. I'm getting more comfortable with expressing myself. Things like the chain of thought kind of stays longer. You get more used to talking into nothing, talking to nobody while you're playing, because that is what you're doing. You're sitting here rambling by yourself while you're playing. It only makes sense from the viewpoint of the viewer who is watching it, because then it feels like, oh, you know, he's telling me what he's doing, or blah blah. So for the viewer it makes sense, but for me making it, it's really weird in the beginning to just sit here and talk at the screen while they're playing, when you have spent like 28 years of video gaming being quiet when you play and just following the game. And maybe you have a friend, but then you have a dialogue going, not just, you know, holding a monologue for an hour straight. So it's weird to make these kinds of videos, but I remember that when I got into Let's Plays and gameplay videos on YouTube, these were the types of videos that interested me. It was always the person who played the game was more important than the game they played, because they were the link. They were, if they were good at what they were doing, they brought me along for the ride, and that is, I think, the key component in most of popular Let's Players or video game creators on YouTube. Video game creator sounds wrong. Video game content creators on YouTube, it's all about the personality. Now, I know I'm not saying anything new. Everybody knows that this is the case. But just how much of it is true is, I think, something that people underestimate, especially if you're thinking about starting out. Now, let's go back to this whole starting out thing. What would I have done differently? What is my tips for aspiring YouTubers and such? This touches upon the personality thing that I just talked about, and how difficult it can be to make a video where you just ramble alone in your room, talking to nobody, and you kind of have an image in your head of what it's going to look like, but still keeping it flowing, keeping it good, is difficult, and it takes practice. And that is my first point. What I would have done differently is I would have started earlier. I have wanted to make a YouTube channel like this for many years, many years, but I always had this kind of idea in my head, like, I need to get all the gear. I need like a good computer. I need a good microphone. I want to make really like high quality content. And yeah, if you're gonna make it, the quality of your videos is super important. The thing is, the quality that the machine brings to the equation, you know, like visual quality, very high frame rates on your games, nice visual effects, your computer isn't lagging every time a grenade goes off or something like that. The audio quality good, it's so much nicer to listen to. These are all secondary things of quality. They're secondary. The primary thing, as I said earlier, is your character, your personality while making the videos. And this does not happen. It needs to be worked on. You need to practice to get to the point where you can ramble for an hour and constantly have like a chain of thought, have some kind of idea in it. And I don't do it yet. I can't do it. I know in my videos, whenever I edit them, I have to watch them. I mean, I don't go to YouTube and watch my own stuff, but when I edit my videos, I look through it, I listen, I cut the parts I don't want, blah, blah, blah. And there are so many places where 10 minutes go by and I'm talking, but I'm not saying really anything interesting. It's more like these kind of like mumbling things. Filler. I would call it filler talk. Filler talk is not good. You want as little filler talk as possible. You want You want to A, keep talking all the time, but B, you want the things you talk about to actually be part. It needs to be coherent. It needs to be part of either the gameplay, or it needs to be addressing either the viewer or the game or something like that. It needs to have context. It needs to be coherent. If you're just going there like, oh, that happened, oh, damn flower, oh, oof, it's not interesting to watch. You are losing, the quality goes down with that kind of thing. And that is why I said, and since this is the most important thing, that your quality, your entertainment quality is high, which needs to be practiced, which cannot be practiced unless you're making videos, because you really need to be making videos to understand what I'm talking about. I'd say fuck the other quality. Never mind the gear, never mind your computer, never mind the audio quality you're putting out, never mind anything else. Think of it as training wheels. Just start making videos. Make a different channel. Make like a fucking Johnny's first channel. Call it that, and just make videos. Don't give two shits if anybody's watching them or anything. Just keep working at it until you feel like, okay, we're getting better. We're getting better. Then once you have the gear as well, when you have the computer and the microphone and the lighting and blah 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 blah, when you have all that together, then you can just drop the old channel, go like, okay, that was over, and start a new one and actually try to promote it, try to do something sensible with it. Because all this time that you spend on the old channel will be good for you. Because now that you start your real channel, you will have a better sense of self, you will have a better presentation technique, you'll have a better understanding of what this means to keep it going. So I suggest, and you will also know if it's something that you feel you can do. Are you good enough to make it in this industry? Personally, switching back to more introspect again towards me is, I don't think I will ever be big on YouTube. I don't think I have an expressive personality enough. I'm not high energy enough. My humor is very sarcastic and kind of like low tone. It's not, if we take a good example, Jacksepticeye for instance, very funny man, very loud, very energetic, very amusing to watch, very entertaining to watch. Some people can't stand his voice, choose not to watch him. I understand that. I find something annoying about somebody, why watch it? It's stressy if it stresses you out. But nevertheless, he brings a lot to the table. If you compare him to me, I'm a freaking rock. Like, I sit there quiet and play games. Big things happens in the game, I go, huh. That's my reaction. Not fucking, holy shit, motherfucker! You know, that's an awful Irish accent, and I'm not trying to make fun of Jack in any way. He's a fantastic person. But I don't have that kind of reaction. He has very big reactions. I don't. Markiplier is the same, very big reactions. If you think about how PewDiePie started, what gave him the kick in the nuts that he needed to really pull away from the competition was his Amnesia series, which in which his reactions to the scary parts were insane. I don't know if they were acted or not. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and think that it was real. And also, if they were acted, some of them probably were, but if all of them were, then he's a really fucking good actor. I think that there was genuine terror in a lot of his reactions. So these are things that people find amusing to watch, interesting to watch. And that is the kind of thing that you need to train, you need to work at to get better at it. Markiplier's the same way. He's very, of course, he has a golden voice. Markiplier's voice is fantastic, so it's like butter for your ears when you listen to him. But also there, he's a very charismatic person. He's very expressive when he plays his games, and so on and so on. This is something that I lack, at least so far. Maybe I'll get better at it. Maybe my persona will grow as I make my videos. But as it stands currently, I'm never gonna be big. But to me, that doesn't matter. If I had the subs that the YouTuber that I talked about in the beginning, if I had his subs, I would be over the fucking moon. 4,200 people subscribed, have like almost 1,000 views per video. That is amazing. That is fantastic. And since my goal, or Of course, there's always the hope. There's always the like little tingling voice inside your head, but yeah, but what if? What if you become the next PewDiePie? What if you can walk into freaking a YouTube party, you're just biggest swinging dick in the room and be like, ah, it's me, and everybody's like, holy fucking shit. It would be amazing, yes. And doing this as a job, it would be fucking amazing. Like, being able to live off of something like this, like YouTube, would be fantastic. But the chances of that happening to me is like the same as me winning the Powerball lottery or something like that. You need to be a very, very talented. You need to be very, very lucky, and you need to work your ass off. That is the 3 ingredients of making it on YouTube. The luck comes in getting discovered by the right people, and getting discovered at the right time, I would also say. But other than that, talent and hard work is what's gonna make you big. For me, I don't think I'm gonna be that lucky. I'm over 30 already. I'm old to be on YouTube, really. Many people would say I'm pretty old to play video games, but I grew up with them. I'm not gonna stop that. So I know I'm not gonna make it big. I have no illusions that my channel will remain very, very small and probably die within a few years. But right now, I really enjoy making these videos. It's fun. It's a way for me to enjoy video games again. Lately, the last few years, playing video games has been very different. When I was a kid, I could really sink into a video game, and the video game was so important right then because the story and the characters felt so real. Now, when I play video games, or before when I played video games, there's also always that niggling voice in your head that you should be doing something sensible right now. Well, by making these videos, I can trick myself into feeling like I'm doing something productive even though I'm playing the video games, because I'm making videos, I'm putting them on YouTube, I'm entertaining people. So that was my kind of, it's a way to trick myself, to give myself permission to play video games and enjoy them again. And that is also largely the reason why I have no issues with my audience being small. I don't care really if I make it big. It would be a really nice bonus. Don't think it's gonna happen. I don't care. I'm gonna keep doing this because it's fun. I enjoy it, and it's also interesting to see. I've only been doing this for a year, so there's not a lot of change in character or in personality, especially since I started at an age where I don't really give two shits anymore what people think. Like, this is me, take it or leave it. I'm not gonna apologize for my opinions and my jokes, because they are, I don't care. Like, I have gotten past the point where I really give two shits. So there's not a huge change. I'm not trying to please anybody. Therefore, there isn't a big change from the first video I made to the last video I made. However, I can see a growth in self-confidence, in presentation, in the way I present myself, the way I present the game, the way I interact with my imaginary audience or my audience when I make my videos. And it's interesting to see. It's kind of like seeing yourself as an actor, or growing as an actor even though you're not really performing. In a way, you are performing. Making video is a performance, so it's like seeing, it's like stepping out of yourself and seeing your development in third person. It's a very interesting aspect of this whole thing, because everything is logged on your channel. You can just go check your oldest one, go check your newest one, and go like, huh, there's been some change. So that's interesting. Either way, did I have any other points? Well, there's a lot I could say about the state of YouTube at the moment. I mean, back in the good old days when YouTube was the Wild West pretty much, it was very easy to start making money on YouTube. It was not maybe any easier to get big or make enough money to support yourself on YouTube than it is today, but it was easy to start, to get a few bucks. I started a year ago, and it had, like a few months earlier, they had just changed the system so that you needed at least 10,000 views before you could start running commercials on your channels. I had about a couple of months back they changed it again, so now you need, what was it, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 minutes of watch time per year, I think, to run what do you call it? Commercials on your channel. And these things, of course, they're a bit they kind of like knock you down, because even though I'm not trying to make money on YouTube, it would be nice just to see that, like, it's a milestone kind of thing. Like, now I can run commercials. That's a big thing. That's like, congratulations, you're now officially playing the game kind of deal. So it is a bit demoralizing when they do these, when they kind of shift the goalposts. But again, as I've gone through already today, that's not the reason why I'm doing this. So it doesn't affect the way that I do it, or it doesn't affect me in any bigger way other than, god damn it, that kind of thing. And to the guy that I talked about earlier in the episode, he has to make a choice. Like, a channel is much like life. There's a lot of ups, there's a lot of downs. The only thing to know what's gonna come or what's next is to just keep your chin up and keep going. I'm not gonna judge him if he decides to quit. I think it's unfortunate. He was very amusing to watch. He's been very amusing to watch, and I liked seeing his progress. So I would think that he's giving up too easy. But then again, that is being said from a point of complete ignorance of his situation. I don't know why he started doing YouTube. I don't know what his goal was, what he was trying to achieve. I don't know what his financial situation is. Maybe he had like this one chance to actually make it big on YouTube and start making money out of it, and if that wasn't an option, that it's not viable for him to keep going. I don't know what his situation is. I just know that, to me, having 4,200 subs within a year would be an incredible achievement, and I wouldn't want to stop at that point, no matter if it hadn't been growing in a few months. Well, I don't know. This whole video has just been a bunch of rambling, like my Sunday snippets usually are. God damn it, I can't talk. But yeah, no unboxings this time. Just rambling about YouTube and things like that. And yeah, that's about it. In the coming week, you'll have more Path of Exile. You'll have more Subnautica, and I hope you look forward to that. And in 1 week, Final Fantasy 15 will be released for PC, which means I'm gonna have to start playing that as well, which is gonna become difficult because then I'll have 3 games running at the same time. I really hope to finish as much as possible of Subnautica before we hit that Final Fantasy 15, because even though I have time to make a lot of videos, having 3 games running while working full time is, whew, that will be some slow going for a bit. So we'll see what happens. But either way, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for giving me any of your time at all. And I hope you'll stick around and see where this channel goes. See ya.